Where do you line up your ball
That's
for each iron?
That's a great question. So, let me grab a ball here. So each club has a different loft angle, depending on whether it's going to go really high or really low, okay? So the 3-iron is probably, your loft is more like straight up and down, right? So what is the ball going to do?
It's going to stay low to the ground.
It's going to stay low, right? So the idea with the golf swing is we want to try to get the ball up in the air. So the longer the club in length, you want to play the ball more towards your left foot, because we're all right-handed golfers here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we want to try to hit the golf ball on the upswing. So if you're playing a longer iron, play it more towards your left foot, okay? Now, if we go down in irons, like a 4, 5, 6, then you want to play it more towards the center, okay? And then even more so with the 7, an 8, and even a pitching wedge. You know, pitching wedge, you want to play more towards your right foot. And, you know, I know we've talked about it a little bit with Colin over here in our other lessons, but so that's very important to know where to play the ball with each club. You know, think of these clubs as your tools. You know, each tool goes a certain distance and a certain height. And if you're not playing the ball in your correct stance, then you're not going to get the ball in its maximum trajectory or distance. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Would the same thing apply for your woods, the driver?
Think about full swing. How do we hit the golf ball? Like, what does that look like at impact? Can somebody show me, if I were to take a picture of you right at impact, what do you think your body position is going to look like just before you hit the ball? Can anybody kind of show me what that would look like?
Are your hips going forward?
Yeah, that's great. Come over here, Julia. No, that's really good. So everybody can kind of look at Julia. Come over here. I'll face the camera here. I'll face the camera that way.
Okay.
So show me what that would look like. What did you just say over there?
I just said that your hips would be coming through
Stop
first.
right there. Look at that. This is perfect. See how her left arm is an extension of the club? Her hips are slightly turned to her target, and her club head is square. That's perfect. That's why I already have you in that position here. So all you have to do now is basically rock your arms back and forth. It's a real simple move, because it's familiar with the full swing, because at the full swing, just before we hit the ball, we're kind of already in this position. So all we have to do now is basically rock our shoulders back and forth without trying to help the ball up in the air.
That makes so much more sense,
That's
Joe. Oh my gosh, yes. That changes chipping altogether.
Good.
Yeah, I like that.
Sweet. Any questions?
That's some, but now I forget.
Huh,
Mustn't have been that important.
Where's the ball in your stance? Are you square above the ball? Is it behind you? Does it depend on your scenario?
Oh, okay, so you missed that part of it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. With chipping, you want the ball more towards the back of your stance. Not
Okay.
your right foot, but, you know, like a couple inches from
Off
center.
center. Mm-hmm.
And then with pitching, you want it more towards the center.
Okay.
And I was telling them that the wider the stance, the more shallower angle of attack you're going to have. So it's going to get the ball up in the air.
Oh, right.
Better.
Makes sense. That's perfect.
Or if you have a narrow stance, you're going to have more of a steeper angle at the ball, so you're going to hit the ball first.
Okay.
And that's the key to chipping. We want to make sure we hit the ball first so it can roll.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does to me.
I remember that. This might be totally off topic, but one thing I found myself doing is leaving the ball way short. Is there anything different you would do? Like, I don't know why, but maybe it's a mentality thing. It feels like I'm afraid for the ball to go past the hole.
Okay.
But there's no difference between 4 feet short or 4 feet past. The only difference is you go past the hole is a possibility of going in.
Yeah, exactly.
You never see, obviously, the good guys leaving them that far short.
Okay.
So,
Well, there's things you can do. We talked about it with Lenny, as far as the clock system, because it's really going to come down to how far you take it back and how far you follow through. Because you really want to keep the speed the same.
okay.
You know, whether you take